Did the gecko ever get you? This is an idea, and I am not the person to do it, but hopefully somebody out there is. So, I have a problem with social media. It's passive. I use it, everybody does. Sure, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. There's a bunch out there, but everything in social media so far is passive. You get a badge for liking photos, for liking posts, for doing other things. Nobody's rewarded for actually doing anything. And I think so much of social media is this passive, take a picture of something that you do and put it online and let somebody follow it. So I think it's time, maybe 2025 will be the year. Somebody will be brave enough to try and take this idea and move forward with it. It's time to be active. It's time to get out. It's time to interact with other people. It's time to challenge yourself and challenge others. So here's my idea. We have an active media. We're going to call it social activity or whatever we got to figure out. We'll figure out something. The premise of this, you create your profile, you have your person, and you have your skills. If you want to go back to Dungeons and Dragons days, you've got all your different characteristics in which you can have strengths and weaknesses. Each person will define what they think they're good at, and then the only way you can truly determine where you sit is by challenging other people. So for example, I might pop out in my garage and challenge one of my buddies to come over and back squat with me. And I show that I'm stronger than he is, or he shows that he's stronger than I am. We have to put our numbers into the program. And you can have your little blurb, if you guys have ever seen those diagrams that has a little pinwheel with all the different spokes of your different strengths. And my squat strength is up a little bit compared to him. But we can expand this. This just doesn't have to be physical, or it just doesn't have to be heavy lifting. You could do something like a game of chess. You could do, Dungeons and Dragons. You could do Magic the Gathering. You could do a talent show. You could do a quiz. You could do so many things. You know, the people who go down and do trivia night at the bar. That could be a skill. But the goal of this is that I'm not doing this alone, but I'm doing this with other people. So a platform that, whether or not it's a standalone platform or whether or not it interweaves into all of the platforms, maybe we can actually make this something that you can post into other things and challenge other people in those platforms that already exist. But the concept here is that we can let the group define what they think is worthwhile. You know, what if it's a beauty pageant? What if it's a CrossFit competition? What if it's the best beard? Even though I can't really grow a beard, I'm trying. Who cares? You could have so many different dimensions of something to compete with others about. And it doesn't just have to be one-on-one. We can form teams. And you can have a pickup game of baseball, softball, wiffle ball, football. Challenge you to do group MMA, whatever you want to do. The possibilities are endless. And so the base concept here is that you get rewarded for being more skilled, not only in one thing, but in many things. How diverse is your wheel? How many different skill sets do you have? Are you good at language? Are you good at strength? Are you good at endurance? Are you good at using your head for different things? Maybe a math bowl, quizzing, whatever. You know, there's lots of options there. I think also something else that should be woven into it is there needs to be a time frame in which to do this. Just because I could deadlift 500 pounds 10 years ago doesn't mean I can do it now. That's not a worthwhile number for now. I would think that maybe a cycle of maybe a moon cycle of maintaining some of these skills. And as you don't maintain some of these skills with each moon cycle, you lose points or you lose capacity in those areas. You have to renew and you have to keep doing these things. And also having rewards for getting out there and doing this with others and not just the same people all the time. That little reward, that little push to be like, hey, have you tried doing this? There's this group that's near you that's doing this type of activity. You can follow along. Now, there's going to be that question. You could have a platform like this. You could grow this type of a platform. And how does it fund itself? You know, How does Facebook make their money? Is they identify niches and they advertise to those niches. The thing that you could do with this, just from an advertising idea or something just for somebody who develops it, is that as you're watching trends, right now I know that pickleball is picking up. I see a ton of advertisements. Do I play pickleball? Heck no. I don't have the knees for pickleball or the time or energy to do it. But hey, there's other people that do. As you're seeing the trends of these new activities pop up, you can start advertising for that. You can start pushing that out into other areas. You can start challenging across borders. This doesn't have to just be in the United States where I'm at. This could be anywhere in the world. And this can allow for people to travel to do these sorts of things and maybe even start seeing some trends of where you have pockets of people who are really good at a particular thing. Maybe we can travel there. Maybe we can start up some competitions for it. But the premise of this entire platform is to make people more active, because we're not active. We're more and more passive. We're more and more reclusive, sitting at home, following what other people do through pictures on this social media. And honestly, it's passive media. We're not truly interacting. Just because I like your post, just because I donate to a cause, sure, these are good things and it's beneficial to that person, but it's that dopamine hit. And we're finding out that those dopamine hits, when we're alone, don't really do as much good. It's better to have that dopamine hit of scoring that goal, of winning that chess match, and being around others, truly socializing. It's time for the social media aspect to truly be social and bring us together, because right now it's not doing that. And it's time for a change. So this is my challenge. This is my call to action, is I'm not a programmer. I'm a dunce when it comes to that kind of stuff. I do my own thing, and I certainly don't try and make those sorts of things. But I have this idea, and maybe somebody else has had this, and maybe somebody else has already tried this, but I don't know. I want to get it out there because I want somebody to move forward with this. I don't want rights to it. I don't care. Do your thing. Do what you can. But I think that this is something that can certainly grow and evolve. And I think that if this is community driven, and if this is pushed out there and it's not just one group like Meta or somebody like that who's doing it, and people want to say they're evil or whatever. I'm not going to say anything like that. I just think that there can be a program or a platform that brings us together and that makes us more active as human beings, because we have so much potential to do so much, and we're just sitting back on our haunches getting lazier every day. So I think it's time for a change. What can you do about it?